Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I thought I would read for you a few poems from the Down in the Dirt 9 to 12 2021 issue collection book, Stardust in Hand. It's a really cool volume with a photo from NASA that's on the cover of it for issues from Down the Dirt magazine, Scarsatv/dirt. And I'm just going to read 3 poems for you guys in honor of the open mic that I'd normally be attending pre-pandemic times. Let's try this first poem, which was written tiny print on the 27th of September, which is Ancestor Appreciation Day. This was written in honor of that, and this poem is called Only Find Our Roots. It is one thing to say you can make it on your own. You're an independent person. You don't need anybody. It's another thing to find a record of your grandfather who died before you were born, a man who fled 4 countries before entering the U.S., who worked with the mob. It's another thing to find a copy of his birth certificate and discover that his middle name was Rommel. It's one thing to pick yourself up by your bootstraps and use your brain to get ahead in the world, all on your own, self-reliant you. It is another thing to discover that when the Astronomical Union decided to demote Pluto from its planethood, it's now from an ice ring in the sky named after another ancestor. It's another thing to now look up into the night sky and see how you are linked to everything. It is one thing to collect names from a relative listing your family to your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, but really, it's just a list of names. It is another thing when a coworker asks your husband for his family tree and they find out that his cousin was an EMT saving me minutes after I was almost killed. It is another thing to not only find our roots from our past, but to also see how we are all so interconnected in one giant family tree. Crazy bits of story you can find out about family, I suppose. This next one is based on information in a Neil deGrasse Tyson tweet. I can't believe I'm saying that, but this is called Just a Little Crazy. If people get crazy during a full moon, it's only because the full moon is just so much brighter to us earthlings. For the moon's surface reflectiveness, all rough, textured, causes the full moon to be 6 times brighter than a half moon. Is that why we love the moonlight so? And when the moon is full and we bask in that moonlight, why is it so wrong if we all just want to get just a little crazy? And that's in this book, and it's actually followed by an Instagram/Twitter/Facebook/Tumblr image of that poem with a picture by John Yatko on it. It's really hard to be able to show it to you. Dun, dun, dun. So if you want to see this image in color and not find it through all of those social media feeds, you can find it at Scars.tv and search for the poem Just a Little Crazy. You'll find a link to the image as well. I have got one last poem that I'm going to share from this book for you guys, and it is titled Versus Eating Death Daily. And it was written on the 29th of September, which is for Hug a Vegetarian Day. It's annually on the last Friday in September. So, Hug a Vegetarian Day, that's actually a thing. What? Anyway, this is called Versus Eating Death Daily. People may think we're violent when they hear of PETA throwing buckets of red paint on top of people wearing fur coats as a representation of all the blood people spilled to wear frivolous fur coats. But it's insane to think vegans and vegetarians are the violent ones when we are the ones who support not killing animals versus every other meat eater out there eating death daily. And it seems an uphill battle trying to fight a fight with non-violence and trying to lead by example, but seeing mass farming and mass slaughter and mass torture instead of mass harmony. It gets a bit perplexing. It gets a bit exasperating when you try to do good and it seems to no avail, like you've got your hands tied behind your back and you can't think of what else to do other than be good. It feels lonely on a moral high ground when so few people agree. And even if some do, that doesn't mean they'll stop eating violence every day anyway. So, where does that leave you? It leaves you feeling like you know you're doing the right thing. And still, it feels like you're making no difference. So after all this time, maybe vegetarians need a hug. Because at times it seems like finding the morally like-minded vegetarians is like finding a needle in a haystack. But when you find them, trust me, do those needles shine. Wow. Moral issues, what? I did what? Give you a moral issue with the poetry? You've got to be kidding me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, these are select poems from the Down in the Dirt, September to December 2021 issue collection book that is titled Stardust in Hand, with a really groovy NASA image on the cover. You gotta love that, right? But I'm reading these in honor of the open mic that I would normally be at on the first Wednesday of every month, which is from 1 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time at Half Price Books in North Lamar in Austin, Texas. Hosted by Tom Woodruff. Tom, I'm sorry that it is not running, but in honor of this is not your open mic, but in honor of your open mic, I am reading these things at this time to share the love about poetry with as many people as I can, as many ways as I can, since I can't be there at that open mic right now. I hope everyone is remaining safe. I hope everybody's been vaccinated so we can get out of this madness pretty soon. I hope everyone's remaining creatively inclined. I hope everyone has their poetic license. If you want to know about poetic license, you can come to my details for a monthly Zoom meeting for that open mic as well. But anyway, I hope everyone stays safe and I hope everyone is good, and I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you very, very, very soon. Thank you all so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.